When the father-in-law opens his bedroom door, he sees his daughter-in-law in front of him and asks, "Hey daughter, what are you doing here on my bed?" The daughter-in-law, in a romantic mood, lies, "Oh, it's nothing, Dad. Your son isn't home today, so why don't you spend tonight with me?" The father-in-law then says, "What kind of crazy talk is this?" The daughter-in-law takes off her top clothes and says, "Dad, I get really scared at night and can't sleep. That's why I want to sleep with you." But the old father-in-law says, "Hey, you should be ashamed of talking like this. What's gotten into you today?" Then the daughter-in-law says, "Oh, Dad, I thought it's been so many years since Mom passed away. How are you living alone?" The father-in-law angrily says, "Daughter-in-law, shut your nonsense." But the daughter-in-law doesn't give up here either and tells the father-in-law, "My husband isn't home today either, so it's a good opportunity. Come to me. I'll give you wonderful love." Hearing this, the father-in-law approaches his daughter-in-law and says, "Yes, I haven't received love for so many years," and slaps her, saying, "You should be ashamed of doing such cheap acts. I'm going to call your family right now and tell them that your daughter is terrible," offering to sleep with her father-in-law. Just then, the girl's husband, who was hiding behind the door listening to their entire conversation, grabs his father's hand and says, "Dad, stop. I told her to do this shameful act." The uncle asks, "But why?" The son explains, "Anjali was telling me that we should send Dad to an old age home because she feels unsafe with you after I go to the office. And at the same time, she was reading a newspaper cutting and telling me that a 65-year-old man molested his daughter-in-law. That's why she says, no one knows what goes on in old people's minds these days. So I say we send Dad to an old age home." But I said, "What are you talking about? My dad isn't like that." But the girl didn't agree and kept insisting on sending him to an old age home. Then I suggested, "I'll test my dad at your insistence. If he fails this test, I'll send him to an old age home. But if he passes the test, remember, there will be no place for you in my house." So now the wife loses the test, and her husband angrily says, "You deliberately wanted to separate my dad from me. There's no place for you in my heart. So as per the promise, get out of my house right now, or I'll throw you out." In the end, this dramatic girl goes back to her parents' house.